is your latest African news. East Africa. Rwanda's Kagame meets Museveni as ties warm. Rwanda's President Paul Kagame arrived in Uganda, making his first visit to the country in 4 years as the relationship between the two East African nations improves following long-simmering tensions. Public broadcaster Rwanda Broadcasting Agency announced that Kagame had arrived in Kampala to meet his Ugandan counterpart Yoweri Museveni and attend the 48th birthday party of Museveni's son Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who has been instrumental in the rapprochement between the two neighbors. Kainerugaba has played a key role in repairing long hostile relations between Kigali, including holding talks with Kagame that led to a reopening of the land border in January after 3 years of closure. The Ugandan High Commission in Kigali said Kagame was on a private visit, adding that Kainerugaba and Security Minister Jim Muhoozi were among the senior government officials who received the Rwandan leader. Kagame last visited Uganda in March 2018 on Museveni's invitation for private talks on bilateral, regional and international issues. Togo. MPs pass a vote to join the Commonwealth. Togo's parliament has passed a resolution asking the government to make a formal bid for membership of the Commonwealth, a group of mainly former British colonies. The country is already a member of the Economic Organization of West African States (ECOWAS) and International Organization of La Francophonie, a group of French-speaking countries that are mostly former French colonies. The resolution, passed on 23 April, asked the government to submit its application for Commonwealth membership at the bloc's next summit in Rwanda in June. The West African nation embarked on the process of joining the Commonwealth in 2014. Burkina Faso. Sankara trial resumes to discussion compensation. A military court in Burkina Faso has started a hearing on the interests of the civil parties in the case of Thomas Sankara and his 12 companions. The lawyers for the civil parties demand that the state and the accused be jointly and severely liable and obliged to compensate all the damage suffered by the families. Thomas Sankara, seen by many as a revolutionary president, was murdered in 1987. Earlier this month, former Burkinabe President Blaise Compaoré was sentenced in absentia to life in prison by a military court in Ouagadougou. Compaoré is currently living in exile in Ivory Coast and is an Ivorian citizen since 2016. The Sankara family is asking for the symbolic sum of 1 franc as compensation for damages. The Burkinabe lawyers representing the family are not charging for their services. The military court will render its decision on May 10th. Mozambique and Madagascar, another storm to hit Mozambique and Madagascar. Madagascar and Mozambique authorities have warned of another impending storm. The two countries, along with their neighbors in southern Africa, have been hit by 5 cyclones this year alone. According to the World Weather Attribution Network, between January and March, 3 tropical cyclones and 2 tropical storms hit southern Africa, with 230 people killed and more than 1 million affected. At 10 a.m. local time on April 25th, its center was positioned about 363 kilometers west-northwest of Morobe and could make landfall on Atsimo and Rifana on the evening of the 26th, Madagascar's Natural Disaster Management Agency said. Mozambique warned the storm could hit the south of Nampula province and the north of Inhambane. According to the National Institute of Meteorology (INAM), Jasmine could be characterized by strong winds of up to 100 km per hour and gusts of 120 km that could generate waves of 9 meters. It was likely to occur at sea with no need for alarm on the mainland, INAM added. Mozambique. Mozambique to launch $96 billion wealth fund as gas export begins this year. Mozambique has announced plans to set up a $96 billion wealth fund by the end of 2022 as it prepares to commence export of its natural gas. According to the country's Minister of Economy and Finance, Max Tonella, the relevant legislation is being drafted as Mozambique targets an October date for the fund to become operational just before exports begin at the offshore Coral South Gas project. Under the terms of the Wealth Fund, 50% of accrued revenue will be re-injected into it, while the other half will go toward government budget in the first 20 years of LNG production. Minister Tonella, who was previously Mozambique's energy minister, was in Washington, D.C. for meetings with the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank and has discussions with representatives from ExxonMobil. Total Energies is expected to resume a $20 billion project, which, when completed, will produce an estimated 13 million tons of liquefied natural gas per year, while ExxonMobil has said it will make the final decision on its own Mozambique gas project in the coming month. This is in addition to the $7 billion NESPA-run Coral floating LNG project that will mark Mozambique's foray into gas exploration and production. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe's president warns banks could be stripped of licenses. Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa has said banks and companies involved in local currency manipulation and unjustifiable increases in the prices of goods and services could lose their operating licenses, according to a report by a state media outlet. The government has identified the entities responsible, the Sunday Mail cited the president as saying. The administration is devising methods to deal with those banks and companies, and the plans will be announced in due course. The local currency officially trades at 155.14 Zimbabwean dollars to the US dollar, but readily changes hands on the streets of Harare at 350 Zimbabwean dollars. The Zimbabwe dollar weakened 24% in the first quarter, while on the black market it depreciated about 20%. Annual inflation rose to 72.7% in March. Great news! Tunacheki, Kunda Kids and Nala have partnered together to bring you Maua and the Garden of Plenty, our first African children's book, for free. Nala is a money transfer app that uses latest technology and works with local communities to make paying as hassle-free as possible. The easy-to-use app allows anyone to quickly send money from the UK to Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Ghana, with many other African countries and currencies coming soon at the lowest rates available. To get a free copy of Maua and the Garden of Plenty for yourself, family or friends, download the Nala app, use the code KUNDAKIDS and make a transfer of as little as £1. For those in the USA, you can download the app and RSVP for your free book coming next month. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow, share and like our video. It's the best way of supporting us. And remember, Africa is watching.